There is a terrifying moment that happens when you have been strong for too long. You are driving to work, or maybe you are just trying to find your keys, and suddenly, you break. You start crying over something small, spilled milk, a red light, a rude comment. Or maybe you don't cry at all. Maybe you feel nothing. You look at the people you love, and you feel blank. Numb. Detached. And in that moment, a whisper starts in your mind. Am I losing my mind? Am I crazy? Why can't I handle this anymore? You look around, and everyone else seems to be coping fine. They are laughing. They are posting happy photos. And you are barely holding it together. You start to believe that you are broken. You start to believe that your personality has changed, that you have become angry, bitter, or weak. But let me tell you something that will save your life today. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are not a bad person. You are mentally exhausted. There is a massive difference between a mental illness and mental exhaustion. Mental illness is a chemical imbalance or a structural issue. Mental exhaustion is an injury. It is what happens when your brain has been running a marathon for 10 years without a water break. Today, I am going to walk you through the hidden signs of mental exhaustion. I am going to validate the symptoms that have been scaring you. And I am going to give you the roadmap to healing. By the end of this message, you will stop judging yourself for your fatigue. You will realize that your breakdown is actually a breakthrough, your body's way of forcing you to finally rest. But before we begin, ask yourself, have you been snapping at people you love for no reason? Because the first sign I'm about to share explains exactly why your patience fuse has blown, and why it's not because you're angry, but because you're drowning. Sign number 1, the irritability spike. The first sign that you are mentally exhausted is a sudden, unexplainable rise in irritability. You used to be patient. You used to be the calm one. But now, every little noise grates on your nerves. The sound of chewing. A slow internet connection. A question from a colleague. Everything feels like an attack. You snap at your partner. You yell at your kids. And immediately after, you feel a wave of shame. Who is this person? You ask yourself. This isn't me. You are right. It isn't you. It is your sensory overload. When your brain is exhausted, it loses the ability to filter out stimuli. Normally, your brain can say, ignore that noise, it's not important. But a tired brain lets everything in. Every sound, every demand, every problem hits you at full volume. Your irritability is not anger, it is a defense mechanism. Your brain is trying to push people away to create space. It is screaming, back off. I cannot process any more data. So, please, forgive yourself for the snapping. You are not becoming a mean person. You are a person whose cup is so full that even one more drop makes it spill over. Here is the secret, anger is often just grief that has been denied a place to rest. And if you recognize this short fuse in yourself, wait until you hear the second sign. It explains why even when you do get time to rest, you still can't seem to turn your brain off. If you can see how irritability is a shield, then the second sign will make perfect sense. It explains the paradox of being tired but wired. Sign number 2, the insomnia of the overwhelmed. The second sign is a cruel irony, you are exhausted, but you cannot sleep. You crave sleep all day. You fantasize about your bed. But the moment your head hits the pillow, your eyes pop open. Your brain turns on. Did I send that email? What if the car breaks down? Why did I say that in 1998? This is tired but wired. It happens because your body is running on cortisol and adrenaline. You have been in survival mode for so long that your body has forgotten how to switch into rest mode. Your nervous system thinks there is a tiger in the room. It feels unsafe to sleep. So, you lie there, staring at the ceiling, feeling your heart pound, wondering if you will ever feel rested again. This is not just insomnia. This is your brain trying to process the backlog of unresolved stress. Because you didn't stop during the day, your brain tries to do the work at night. You are not crazy for not sleeping. You are hypervigilant. You are a soldier who has forgotten how to leave the battlefield. And here is the psychological truth behind that insomnia: your brain is afraid that if it stops monitoring the environment, everything will fall apart. It believes that your vigilance is the only thing holding your life together. It doesn't trust the world to keep spinning without your supervision. If the first sign, irritability, was your brain saying too much noise, and the second sign, insomnia, was your brain saying too much danger, then this third sign is what happens when the system finally shuts down to protect the core. But ask yourself this: have you recently looked at something you used to love, a hobby, a favorite meal, or even a friend, and felt absolutely nothing? This is the terrifying phase of exhaustion called Anhedonia, and I'm going to explain why it's not the end of your joy, but a temporary power-saving mode. Sign number 3, the emotional numbness, the zombie mode. The third sign is the most frightening for many people. It is the feeling of detachment. You feel like you are watching your life through a pane of glass. You are there, but you aren't there. People tell you good news, and you fake a smile. People tell you bad news, and you don't even cry. You feel like a ghost in your own house. You go through the motions: cook dinner, drive the car, do the work. But the color has drained out of your world. You worry: do I not love my family anymore? Have I lost my soul? No. You have simply hit emotional bankruptcy. Emotions take energy. Empathy takes energy. Joy takes energy. When your battery is at 0%, your brain cuts power to the non-essential systems. Unfortunately, feeling alive is considered non-essential for survival. Keeping your heart beating is essential, feeling happiness is a luxury. This numbness is a biological mercy. If you felt everything right now, it would destroy you. So your brain has numbed you to keep you functioning. You are not unfeeling, you are conserving energy. You are in hibernation. And just like winter eventually turns to spring, your feelings will thaw when the sun returns. But here is the danger: when you feel numb, you start to judge yourself as lazy. You see the pile of laundry or the unread emails, and you call yourself undisciplined. But there is a biological reason why simple tasks suddenly feel like climbing Mount Everest, and I'm going to reveal it next. If you resonated with the numbness, this fourth sign will explain why your productivity has plummeted, and why trying harder is actually making it worse. Sign number 4, executive dysfunction, the brain fog. The fourth sign is a sudden inability to do simple things. You sit down to write an email, and you stare at the screen for 20 minutes. You walk into a room and forget why you are there. You have a to-do list, but you just can't make yourself start. You call yourself lazy. You call yourself procrastinator. But this is not laziness. This is executive dysfunction. Your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, is offline. It is exhausted. It cannot make decisions anymore. It cannot organize tasks. It cannot focus. Imagine trying to run a complex computer program on a phone from 2005. It freezes. It glitches. That is your brain right now. You haven't lost your intelligence. You haven't lost your skills. You have lost your bandwidth. When you are mentally exhausted, making a decision about what to eat for dinner takes as much energy as solving a math problem. So, stop calling yourself lazy. You are not lazy. You are a high-performance sports car trying to drive on an empty tank. The problem isn't the car, the problem is the fuel. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I have all these signs. I am exhausted. But I can't stop. I have bills, I have kids, I have responsibilities. How do I heal without quitting my life? This is the million-dollar question. And the answer lies in a concept called micro-rest, which I will share next. If you can see how your laziness is actually a glitch, you are beginning to understand the difference between discipline and capacity. Discipline is pushing through when you can. Capacity is having the fuel to push. By identifying these signs, irritability, insomnia, numbness, and brain fog, you are essentially diagnosing the injury. And you cannot heal an injury you refuse to see. The spiritual truth, the dark night of the soul. Let's look at this through a spiritual lens. Why does mental exhaustion happen? Often, it is a correction. You have been living in a way that is out of alignment with your nature. You have been giving too much. You have been carrying burdens that aren't yours. You have been valuing your productivity over your presence. The exhaustion is your soul pulling the emergency brake. It is saying, we cannot continue this way. It feels like a crisis, but it is actually an intervention. The universe is forcing you to stop because you wouldn't listen when it whispered. This is not a punishment. It is a recalibration. You are being asked to build a new life, one where your worth is not tied to how much you can endure. The solution: how to heal while living. So, how do you fix this? You can't just quit your job or disappear to a beach for 6 months. You have a life. The answer is micro-rest. You don't need a vacation, you need a lifestyle change. Step 1, do nothing for 10 minutes. Not scrolling. Not watching TV. Not reading. Actually nothing. Stare at a wall. Sit in the car. Let your brain idle. This allows the sediment to settle. Step 2, set hard stops. Pick a time, say, 8 p.m., where you are officially off duty. No more emails. No more chores. No more problem solving. Tell your family, the kitchen is closed. Step 3, lower the bar. For the next month, aim for C- work in the non-essential areas of your life. Buy the pre-made dinner. Let the house be messy. Say no to the extra project. Conserve your energy for the things that keep you alive. The identity shift, from machine to garden. For too long, you have treated yourself like a machine. You thought that if you just kept pushing buttons, you would keep working. Today, you are stepping into a new identity. You are becoming a garden. A garden has seasons. It has winter. It cannot bloom all year round. If you try to force a flower to bloom in winter, you kill it. You are in your winter. And that is okay. Winter is where the roots grow deep. Winter is where the earth rests so it can bear fruit again in the spring. Respect your season. The final ritual. If this message resonated with your spirit today, if you felt a weight lift off your chest knowing that you are not crazy, just tired, then I invite you to make a powerful declaration. I want you to signal to the universe that you are ready to rest. Close your eyes for just a second. Take a deep breath. Imagine a soft, warm blanket wrapping around your shoulders. And silently say, I give myself permission to rest. I am enough just as I am. And to seal this intention, go to the comments below and write these simple words. I choose rest. Let those words be your permission slip. Let them be the moment you stop fighting your exhaustion and start honoring it. You are not broken. You are healing. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. Go gently. Go slowly. And remember, the world can wait. Your soul cannot. Until next time, take care of yourself.